I love seeing this setup. I love seeing the Mei come out right away. Dragon on the Mei. We didn't get a chance to see him so much on the Mei during the showcase, but the young man is absolutely coming to his own right now. As I said in the opener, he is absolutely fragging out here lately, and I am so excited to see what he brings to the table today.
He almost started things off right there. Good Maywall. Second one, trying to divide off the front line from the back, see if they can isolate that Reinhardt, find that early pick. So far, the healers of D9 coming through, and it is going to be a good charge from Golden Buns, taking out the counterpart Reinhardt. And then an early Shatter coming in to follow things up, chase down the members of KIA. Several kills, lighten up that feed at the hands of Silo and those arrows. And this is going to be percentage starting us off here for D9.
I mean, it was an extended contest there at the opening of this round here, so, not as much general progress on the capture here in Control Center, but, the defense now starting to set up here. Trying to aggress on the point from KIA. They need to get their resources and marshal them and maybe not poke so much because Sela right now is absolutely fragging out and clicking heads on the Hanzo.
Yeah, another nice opening pick there to start off that second engagement. Just barely found the opening in the shield as it dropped and the arrow landed on his head. Now we're going to get KIA with a nice reset. They're going to rotate around through server room. D9 rotating to match, and then here comes a Maywall to divide off that front line. See if they can isolate that Reinhardt as the pressure comes down onto Otaku on that Reinhardt. He has his Earth Shatter in his pocket, ready to go, looking for that opening. An early Sound Barrier as well as Coalescence coming out of D9. Both support ultimates used early in this fight. Here comes the Graviton Surge from KIA as they look to come in and retake. And Nixie getting one kill, and Otaku coming up with 3 big picks, swinging his hammer into that Graviton Surge. And KIA flipping this thing right back over.
DeSalo actually invested the nano boost into the Reinhardt of Jewel Otaku there. He still has his Shatter online, so that was actually a really good ult that they used there, preserving the Shatter for when they really need it.
Well, and both support ults coming out early from D9, and that means they're going to have nothing to defend against this Shatter, nor that Deadeye coming out from Xavi. Deadeye picking up 2. The Shatter helping with that as well. KIA can full control here on these doors. Control Center.
Yeah, that was just excellent play there from Xavi and Otaku. The Maywall separating everybody out there, and the aggress coming in from them was just huge.
Grav Dragons coming out, but Nixie there with the Sound Barrier. Nevertheless, the damage just chewing through the Sound Barrier and more. 4 kills coming through for D9. And I think they're going to get this thing turned right back over. It's a pretty tight matchup here, though. 62-50 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I think they may want to have that Blizzard back in their pocket because I don't really think that was necessary because they actually had the frags coming through. So you might want to have that back in the pocket for Rambo, but, still making sure that everything was copacetic.
As if the Grav Dragons weren't enough. Just go ahead and throw Blizzard in with it.
Yeah.
Rotation coming out from KIA, so looking to push back in here. Looked like Rambo was getting a little aggressive and does eventually go down. Is KIA able to pick off that opportunity, spot that ill positioning, and now they're going to move on into light section. Xavier coming up with a nice pick to open things up as they're trying to push in and get this thing flipped right back over. 95% on the board here for D9. So one last chance here for KIA. They're trying to turn their attention onto that Zarya. They're going to get that kill with a little help from the Mei, frozen up. And now it's just a Hanzo and a Lucio left on point here for D9. The Mei is in the back, still dropping some icicles onto the cart or onto the objective there. But it is just stall tactics for them. KIA eventually is going to get this thing flipped.
Absolutely, and Dragon, what a good amount of patience for him. The patience to hold on to that Blizzard. They have a couple of ults ready to work with. Salo, once again, using that nano boost onto Jewel Otaku. Right now, that is a big difference for KIA because they are just using that, and he is serving their ult so well here.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that. They got 4 of them coming up on 6 on the board here. 83% on the clock. Early Graviton Search is going to secure that fight, and once again, that discipline just being shown off by KIA. They don't invest too much. They just use the one ultimate, win that fight, and now they're in a very strong position to take a 1-0 lead here on Lijiang.
I mean, it's 95, 96, 97. I mean, they've got to hurry up and get their booties on point because it's going to be over. And it is over. Huge turn of events there coming from KIA. They only got 52% on their first take, and then D9 flipped it back over. Good stall tactics coming out from the support line and the Hanzo of D9. However, the marshaling, the ult management, the patience being shown by KIA right now, absolutely first class coming from the young squad.
Yes, indeed. And it's that discipline. It's that discipline that's standing out to me right now. Really, really efficient with their ultimates. Looking so strong here to start us off.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just fantastic stuff coming out from them right now. I mean, I am absolutely impressed with what KIA is doing right now. On the other side, though, you know, D9 is not anything to shrug off. I mean, they're actually using quite a few of their ults very well indeed. However, I think that Blizzard being lost by Rambo, kind of trying to BM them there when they were doing their retake is what actually kind of cost them in the end.
Well, now it's going to be D9 getting first position, starting things off here on Gardens. But Dragon making a swap over to that Pharah here as we head into round 2. Finds first blood, takes the Moira out, and with that, a large source of the healing here for D9. Okay, slowly trying to push in, but Golden Buns winning the duel against the Reinhardt. Puts Hammered ahead and evens up these odds here as they have gotten capture percentage started. 7% on the board already here for D9. They're just trying to hold off the remaining members of KIA.
Yes, and you know, Dragon picking up another kill onto Mug Shadow on the Lucio there. Their D9's off tank right now, Radical Metal. I also played with him a little bit. It's funny how much I've been around this league, and I see these people that I actually know, and I've actually either trialed with or we've had people trial on our teams, and man, seeing all these familiar faces right now for me it's a source of joy, and seeing them doing so well, and it's a big thing for me. So I'm really excited to see this. But a flip coming from D9 or for KIA here, getting their progress going. 35%.
You gotta love that persistence going from KIA. Dragon coming in on that Pharah, manages to find some picks despite being down in that fight, drops the barrage in, and enables them to just barely squeak that through and flip this thing over. Now we're getting D9 circling back around through light side. They're looking to push down this straight hallway and retake this objective, but they gotta deal with Dragon in the skies as he is just right over top, raining hell down from above. Purple Panther coming up with a big eat onto that Blizzard, denying the value out of that ultimate as Dragon looking to come in, follows the members of D9 right onto the point, takes out Syla, takes out Rambo, and here comes the second barrage of the round for him, but Radical Metal answering right back, getting not one but 2 kills on that Zarya. And D9, man, keeping themselves in this with some excellent tank play. Here comes the Graviton Surge as well as a Soul Barrier to counterpunch back from the Earthshatter coming in from the other side. Diva Bomb now coming out on the side of KIA, but it looks like the shield is going to be there from D9. And it is just devolving here into an all-out brawl in this objective. D9 finally getting it flipped back over as the chaos ensues here outside.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bar fight between these two teams right now. I mean, there's 2 fights going on. There's a fight going on the point, and then there's a fight going on in the little tea room over here. And I mean, I can't tell which way to go right now. Now the fight's coming back onto the point. Big wall coming out from Rambo, cordoning off the members of KIA from their healing.
Yeah, Taku getting split off goes down early. That opens things up for Rambo and Syla, who are going to find a pick each. And I think KIA are eventually going to gracefully back out of this fight and look for a little bit of a reset.
Yeah, I mean, both DPS ults are almost online for KIA. So you've got to really imagine, how long can you just hold your shield? How long can you withstand the storm that is coming in? A big pick from Syla onto Dragon, taking him out of the sky. Big res coming up from DeSalo, though. You've got almost that barrage online. This could be a very interesting fight. 88% and counting on the board.
Woo! Another nice shot coming from Syla from that Widowmaker, making that flip over to help deal with the skies and taking down the Pharah twice in as many shots. Now we're going to get that Deadeye coming out from the other side. KIA desperately trying to get this thing flipped back over. Nothing found with the Deadeye. Wall coming up on the side of D9, trying to split off the front line as KIA was looking to move in and put the pressure down on the tanks. But here comes the Graviton Surge from the other way. Dragon trying to counter back, drops the barrage in from inside. The Graviton Surge finds 2 kills. And despite the ultimate coming out, it is KIA emerging with the point.
That was absolute stinky play coming from the young man on the Pharah, dropping the barrage in the middle of the grab, taking out 2, and then making it so that there was just no other way for them other than getting out with their lives. 73% counting. This is going to be a really fun last fight if things go the way that I think they will.
Infosight's coming out from the Widowmaker, so D9 know exactly what to expect as they're pushing in here for this last attack. One final assault as we will be coming into 99-99 territory. You can see Silo just trying to put some pressure down onto Dragon, make sure he knows he's there, but Dragon's just going to sneak inside the windows. Meanwhile, on the front lines, both Reinhardts go down. Blizzard coming out from D9 onto this objective, and they're going to get the kill onto Xavier on the back of that. Diva Bomb coming out from KA to try to answer back, but the members of D9 able to escape out of there. Meanwhile, outside, Silo able to pick up the kill onto DeSalo, but Dragon, despite missing his pocket, coming in and finding himself a kill before going down. Overtime Wick is burning and reinforcements dwindling for both sides. We get the Earth Shatter coming out here from Golden Buns. Reinhardt player for D9 as they're looking to put the pressure back onto the opposing tank line. But no kills go. Xavier coming up with one. He's going to find that Moira, and that's an important pick. Denying the sustain coming through, and the shatter coming through from Otaku. Big shatter indeed. The hammer lands true, and KA cleans up, taking Lijiang Tower.
Completely unexpected ending to that map right there. Oh my goodness. Jewel, Otaku, and freaking Xavier coming through big. In the end, they're starting it all out was Dragon getting a couple of kills, even though he did end up losing his life to the kill that he got. Man, what a huge play coming from Dragon and on the entire side of KIA. Big pick starting that off came from Xavier onto Ziggy, the D9 Moira. Big moves coming from both teams. This is going to be a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. KIA takes the map 1-0, and we will be back with you in just a moment.
Oh, welcome back, my friends. We are here with the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament, brought to you by CGL. My name is Bullskunk alongside ChefBilly, bringing you the action. We're headed into map 2 of our Tier 3 matchup here between KIA and D9 Contenders. KIA taking Lijiang Tower. Billy, what did we see there?
From D9, you know, a lot of good personal play. Maybe the team aspect of it a little bit off. Just a little bit of maybe miscoordination or maybe a little bit of ult management issues right there. Even though it was a lot closer than what the 2-0 score suggests. However, for KIA, you know, just great team play. We're seeing the coordination coming out from them, and this is really good for the freshman squad. I'm actually really impressed. Dragon fragging out, Xavier getting a couple of really good kills. The support line for KIA right now is what I think is actually carrying the day right now. Just outstanding play from both. But really, the thing that we were talking about in the last map for KIA is the patience, the discipline of their ultimates, because they were holding on to them quite a bit of time because they just allowed their play to go through. And I think that's what the difference is right now, as I think that it is actually the ult management right now. The discipline of the ults is what is keeping our teams where they're at right now.
Well, D9 going on the defense here, so we're heading into map 2. Hollywood, of course, your hybrid map for week 1 here. We are getting Ranzario once again out of both teams. KIA coming in, not wasting any time, putting the aggression down, finding that early kill onto Rambo to start things off. Taku now putting the pressure onto the counterpart Golden Buns. They're in the corner and does find that kill. DeSalo beaten credited with that final blow. But Taku not settling for that. Goes swinging, finds 2 more. And this is going to be a quick point A coming through for KIA here on Hollywood.
You know, despite the big anti coming from Ziggy, I mean, that was a huge anti in the middle of that, and he actually kept the Reinhardt up for just a moment, even though he was frozen. Just ultimate aggression coming from Jewel on the Reinhardt right now. He's just swinging his hammer left and right. He does not care. If you have an anti on him, he's going to swing anyways. Thank you very much.
Well, now they have that Earth Shatter online here for KIA as they're looking to keep the momentum going. Charge coming out, but just narrowly misses the Reinhardt on the other side. Now Fire Strike going through, and that one lands. Golden Buns goes down once again. The Reinhardt a non-factor here for D9 and KIA in full control of streets. They said, this is my map here. D9, go away.
I mean, he basically just swatted Golden Buns away and said, Buns, bye-bye. You're not going to play here anymore. You missed your charge. You're done.
And now KIA coming in with Graviton Surge. They're going to have Nano Boost as well as that Blizzard. As there's just under 5 minutes on the clock. And so far, they are looking at full control. Here comes the Graviton Surge to open things up from KIA. Big ante into the mix and 2 kills coming through. Jewel Otaku coming through with a big 4K on the Reinhardt. And KIA just playing their game and having their way here on Hollywood so far.
I mean, 4.5 minutes, and they're almost to capturing point B. I think it's time for a full reset coming from the side of D9, because right now they are just getting bullied on this map. Just a few meters left before they actually get there.
Reinhardt coming out early, does get walled off. Counter wall coming out. Oh, and it just puts him in this tiny corner for Otaku to hammer the entire pile of people. Finding multiple members of D9 with that Earth Shatter, and then just goes swinging for the fences. Not a care in the world as the second point comes on the board. Over 5 minutes on the clock here for KIA, and this thing is at 6th gear, not slowing in the slightest.
I mean, it's a very what's the word I want to look for? It's a very apathetic defense right now. I think that they need to marshal their defenses and get together. I don't know if the May right now is working, because the members of KIA are just walking walls right now, just owning it. Here comes a big Graviton Surge coming out from Spotted Lake.
They're going to combo it with the Dragon Strike as well. Now, we did get that Deadeye coming out from the other side. Sala finding 2, but that is going to be it, as the remaining members of KIA continue to put the pressure down. And they're going to chase D9 all the way back to the doors here. Tank line of KIA commanding so much space here. Otaku coming up with another Earth Shatter online. Here comes the Blizzard from the defense, trying to slow this thing down. See if D9 can plant their feet. They do freeze up that Reinhardt, but both healers there. And Nexi able to drop that sound barrier and keep his team alive for the meantime. And Goldmud's going to go ahead and throw an Earth Shatter to the mix, and D9 finally finding a little traction here and able to plant their feet on the back of point C.
I mean, good amount of aggression coming into KIA there. I think that's what the doctor ordered. That Blizzard stopped them in their tracks, but that's the only thing that's been able to stop them so far, is a Blizzard that literally froze 3/4 of the team there. So you've got to think, man, what do I have to do to stop all this?
Diva Bomb coming out from the defense, and that's a good start. Radical getting a 3K Diva Bomb. And the defense will live to fight another day. Fantastic ultimate coming from Radical Metal on the Diva. Holy cow.
Give that man a 5-pack of num-nums, because he just took 5 of them out single-handedly. But once again, it's a game-changing ult that is stopping them, that is stopping KIA right now. And what do they have in the tank right now? They've got a nano, they've got a sound barrier. So, oof, this could be a tall order now that those 2 game-changing ults have been used on the board here.
We're going to have to see a perfect sound barrier coming out. As it comes out now, I don't know if that's the one they were looking for. Blizzard and Dragon still in the pocket of KIA, but nevertheless, the nano boost on the Golden Buttons is enough to buy him a kill onto the counterpart Reinhardt, and I think they are going to chase the members of KIA out here.
I mean, they have the time to take their time and do what they want to do. I mean, they've still got almost 3 minutes left in the time bank, 2 minutes 45 seconds. So, I mean, even if they drop a Y fest here on the end here, they're still going to come out with a really sweet smelling time bank. Anything over a minute 30 is pretty good here in the street phase. We've seen over 3 minutes before, but I mean, still anything over 130 is really good time.
Opening Deadeye coming out from Silas. It looks like D9 finding their stride a little bit on the back here of Hollywood. Early kill coming through. Silas goes down very low, but Otaku super low as well. Golden Bud's going to go ahead and throw that Earth Shatter into the mix. And both of the tanks for KIA go down before they can drop either of their ultimates. And man, D9 putting up a good fight here on the end. And despite being down in the ult economy, still coming away with these fight wins.
Yeah, now they've got something in their own pocket. They've got another Blizzard in their pocket from Rambo. They're going to have to decide what they're going to do here.
Here comes the Grab Dragon combo from KIA. They're going to find 2 on the back of that. No ultimates available. Well, at least they didn't use their support ultimates on the side of D9. Perhaps the Nano Boost can be used, and now it goes on to the Diva. But that is going to be a 1v6 endeavor. The Diva's just trying to stall this thing out. Bomb thrown in, but the shields are there. Now charge coming through, and that Diva is going to get demeched pretty quick, but it has given time for D9 to regroup a little bit. Sala coming in on that flank, finds an early pick, but here comes the Blizzard Earth Shatter combo from the other side. Nano Boost onto the Reinhardt, all powered up. as he moves forward and finds 3 big kills with that hammer. And I think with just about 75 seconds on the clock, KIA have finally gotten the answer here to point C. They should get 3 points on the board, but the stall coming through. D9 still has the Wrecking Ball, still has the McCree on this objective. Ball spinning to win here on the point, but getting burned down by that Zarya. Kill does finally come through. Sleep coming onto that Reinhardt. He looks to come back and contest. He's antied. He's done. He's out. Now the Lucio there for D9, trying to buy as much time as they possibly can. That kill lights up the feed. Tracer there. Nice stall coming through from D9, 1 by 1. But in the end, with 45 seconds in the time bank, it will be KIA coming up with 3 points on the board.
Man, that's almost a 4-minute defense there coming from D9. So big kudos to you, D9. That was absolutely fantastic work there. The Diva Bomb that came out from Radical Medical, what most people did not see there, was that Anxie actually booped the Diva Bomb. Instead of it going forward into the backline of KIA, Anxie actually booped Radical Metal as he launched his self-destruct and actually made that pretty much a worthless bomb. So big brain play coming from Anxie there. Yeah, I was very impressed with the defense there, though. 9, so now you get to see them come out. Maybe this is the catalyst for them to get their act together and start showing some aggression, because they got a lot more aggressive there at the end of the defense there, even though there's only 45 seconds. I mean, still, that's better than 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes that we thought was going to be coming in here. You know, it was just great aggressive play, coordinated play. You know, the coordination was definitely there that time.
Well, when speaking with KIA here before this match, they said that NEXE was going to be one of their star players, somebody that we should be keeping an eye on, and they were looking forward to showing off that talent here to the world. And so far, that Lucio player has not disappointed. Been a big player, big impact here for KIA, and a big reason they're up 1-0 with 3 points on the board as they're going on the defense. Coming in with a McCree May setup here on the side of the defense. Well, we're going to get Hanzo May coming out of D9 as they're looking to press their attack here on Hollywood, see if they can match the aggression set up by KIA.
Big anti coming out from DeSalo there. Even though...
Yeah,
coming out.
Yeah, nice. Sila dropping those storm arrows into the mix, finds 1. So an early advantage here for D9. They're going to try to push in and see if they can find that opportunity. Wall coming up, trying to divide off the front line here of KIA. But no kills coming through. Xavier up on that high ground, laying down some pressure, but whittled down to as low as about 10 health there before falling back into the safety of his healers. But meanwhile, the front line of D9 finding some kills. Sila coming up with another pick on the Hanzo as well. Does eventually drop to the Zarya. And with dwindling health bars, D9 still pressing the attack. But Itaku coming back on the Reinhardt. Finds a good pick. And coupled with his partner on the Lucio, it looks like they might be able to hold out for a little bit longer, but only just a little bit. As D9 coming back in, and they should get this thing finally flipped over and a point on the board.
Yeah, Angsty actually was playing a little dance with Mug Shadow over on the side of the point there, and actually stayed up a lot longer than I expected him to, because he had Radical Metal breathing down his neck and was just dancing and speed boosting, kind of swapping back and forth between speed boost and healing, and got Jewel Otaku back on the point. But 4 minutes 50 seconds coming into the Streets phase is not a bad time at all, Skunk. It's not a bad time at all.
Not at all, and they have plenty of ultimates to work with here as they're starting off point B, including that Earthshatter online here for Golden Buns. They're slowly but surely just escorting this payload along, looking for an opening. Oh! And Buns drops his shield for just a fraction too long. Earthshatter from Otaku, nano boost onto him. And despite the Soundbiter coming out from the other side, the kills are lighting up that feed, and the defense from KIA, they are putting the hurt down here.
I don't think it's very nice. I don't think it's very nice to crouch your own person while they're sleeping, KIA.
A bit of own team tactical crouching there. Hey, you never know when that Hanzo might get a headshot. Okay, it was a tactical crouch to avoid the headshot. But now they're going to throw a Graviton Surge into the mix. The May goes down early, but here comes the counter. Dragon Strike from the other side. And the Dragon Strike finds 2, including the Reinhardt. No more main tank standing here for the defense. Juiced up Radical Metal on that Zarya, trying to find some spaces. There's no shields left standing on the battlefield right now. They're going bubble to bubble. Here comes bubble. Yeah, nano boost onto the Zarya to try to tilt the balance here of this awkward 4v4. Wall coming up, trying to split them off. Nothing coming through just yet. Dragon gonna go and invest that May Blizzard into the mix. And they do find the kill on the back of that, but then a Blizzard coming out from the other side, and they returned it in kind, catching the Zari with that one as well. So there's only 4 members of the defense here left standing, and it is full steam ahead for D9. They're looking to take advantage of this.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of a oopsie moment where Rambo threw up a wall, and Jewel Otaku was so low, that fire strike would have taken him out, and they would have been able to just cruise through this streets phase, but unfortunately, wall went up.
Oh, speaking of walls, Dragon with a beautiful wall there. Able to block the Earthshatter coming down. Maybe that was from the other side. Either way, the Earthshatter went to waste. And now, the members of KIA still pressing forward with this advantage. Looking to try to put the pressure down. They're going swinging for the fences. And man, this front line, just coupled with the Lucio, they're utilizing the May, and the focus fire of KIA really coming through. Dragon doing a little dance on his teammate's head there.
I love the team, the friendly tactical crouch coming onto his friend there. I love it. I love seeing the humor coming out in these games right now.
Yeah, it's good to see them having fun. I know I'm having a good time. Otaku having fun on that front line as he's going smashing Golden Buns down once again. This has been an absolute just battle of the Reinhardts. Whichever Reinhardt seems to take the victory in that early engagement, the very beginning of the fight, the whole thing snowballs from there, much like a GOATS composition almost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right now, also the main battle between Dragon and Rambo. Right now, I think I have to give the slight edge to our little friend Dragon, as his walls seem to be just that much better class right now.
Oh, that's a massive Earthshatter coming from Otaku. Finds 2 with the Fire Strike as he get nano boosted on the back of that to help clean it up. And clean it up he does. He is the new janitor of Hollywood. These streets are clean, folks. Thank you, Otaku.
Thank you, DeSalo, for giving the nano boost onto him. That was an absolutely filthy fire strike after that shatter. Oh man, you've got just almost a 6-pack of ultimates coming up for D9 here. So this could be a very dueling grabs. Here we go.
Gravity touchers from the defense going into the back line. The one from the offense coupled with the Dragon Strike, but nevertheless, only 1 kill coming through for D9, and it is KIA emerging victorious with that. What a crazy Graviton Surge, able to find the backline there, and they push forward with the aggression. Never mind the combo coming out from D9. KIA not dissuaded.
Not dissuaded at all, and if you look at it right now, Spotted Lake is already 30% to his next grab. This is great play coming from the off-chain for KIA, but D9 does still have a lot of tools in the back pocket. Here we go, bang a gone, let's go.
Oh, and the miscommunication. Rambo blocking his own team's Earthshatter there, and then the wall comes down, and death comes torrenting through from the other side. Torrenting, that's my new word, just throwing that out there. Either way, KIA lighting up the feed and holding on here on the defense. Just 12 seconds on the clock. Can D9 do anything here in point B?
They still have a Blizzard. They still have a Nano Boost. So, yeah, anything can happen here, but not a lot of time here left on the clock for D9.
The Blizzard gets Brett Favre'd in from long range and goes over the heads of KIA as they push forward with the aggression. Golden Bun swinging in there, trying to do his best to hold on, but the Nano Boost onto the Zarya is just too much to handle. The hammer from Otaku landing true, and we've got ourselves a 2-0 lead. KIA taking Hollywood, and they're going to take a 2-0 lead going up in the half.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely disgusting stuff coming from KIA there. And, yeah, 2-0 going to KIA. Spotted Lake on the Zarya right now is absolutely shredding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a barn burner. This is a all-hands-on-deck fight. We will be back with you in about 90 seconds.
Oh, welcome back to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. My name is Bullskunk alongside ChefBilly, and we are here at halftime with our Tier 3 matchup between KIA and D9 Contenders. KIA up 2-0 here at the half. Billy, why is that?
DPS play and tank play right now. Jewel Otaku is absolutely bullying his counterpart on D9 on Golden Buns. Yeah, he's spanking them buns right now.
Indeed.
I think that's a huge play. I think the off-tank play right now, we had Spotted Lake in there. We do have a swap coming back in for Panther coming back in for Lake. So I think this is maybe a planned swap of off-tank for KIA. But I think the I think the D9 contenders right now, I think that they really need to figure out what their identity is on the field, because even Sila going over to the Widow and getting a couple frags there, I don't know if they have enough aggression going into what KIA is presenting. I think that KIA knows exactly what they want to do offensively and defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they're playing their defense almost like an offense right now. I think they are going in trying to take team fights from D9. I think that's the biggest thing right now, is that they are playing this almost like they are on offense on both sides.
Hyper aggressive. Well, and I think
hyper aggressive.
And I think one thing we saw that worked well for D9 was on their defense. They're on point. Sea of Hollywood. They really started taking it to KIA, who put up a monstrous time bank after capturing the first 2 points. And D9 really putting up a solid defense. And I think part of that was their aggression and really initiating the fights and taking the fights themselves. And there were several of those engagements. They were way down in the ult economy, and they were still able to come back and win those team fights with that aggression. Also, I thought that the discipline looked a little bit better from D9 in that map, and if they keep tightening that up, they definitely have a chance to pull this thing back.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree, and I think that Anubis is a wonderful map for D9 because you can have some different kinds of comps here. You run the builder comp on defense. You can also run it on defense or on offense if you really want to. But I also think that the sight lines for Sila on the Widowmaker, which we have seen him pull out a couple of times here across the two maps that we have been on. I believe that this might be a better area for him to be able to utilize that Widow to the full potential that she can be. It's got to be on point because this is match for KIA. If they get 3 points, they win the match. We do play the fourth match, of course, or the fourth map, of course, but it's all for map points at that point. So you want to see them come out and just go for a home run.
In that vein, they are going to keep Silo on the Widowmaker here, start things off, probably looking for one of those opening picks. And we're going to see Radical on the D.Va. So we're getting D.Va out of both teams here for the first time today. Good call on that one. Looks like D9 going to path around to left-hand side. Very common approach here for the attacking teams, while the Widowmaker sits back and try to see if they can weaken the defense up here on this center platform.
She does have her eye on the back line right now.
Yes, indeed. Xavi on that Ash, going a little bit back and forth. Purple Panther actually going to get that first kill as she abandoned her post to go take care of the sniper, clean up that flank route, and now KIA can focus their entirety of their attention into this small room, and with that, they throw an Earthshatter into the mix. Dragon finding 2 kills as they storm into this tiny room and put the hurt down onto D9.
Absolutely, and if you want to take a look at the ult economy right now, Xavi already has Bob available in the first team fight. So, big value coming out from the Southern Mist there on the Ash.
Well, and look at Otaku versus Golden Buns. Remember, Otaku threw an Earthshatter during that last engagement and is already 25% towards Golden Buns, 53% on his first shatter. So, just approaching, lapping him here. What an excellent engagement thing to start things off for the defense.
Absolutely, and I think that, I was getting ready to say, I think they have Widowmaker's number. So now we're going to see the Cowboy coming out from Sila on D9 going into this point here. They have got to figure out something to stop the tank line of KIA here, because Xavi is getting so much value on this Bob. Oh, there's the Bob coming out right now.
Oh, and with the Maywall to block off the retreat from the Reinhardt, he had nowhere to go, and the Bob just mows him down, picks up a kill onto the Lucio just for good measure. Xavi had picked up a kill with the TNT during that engagement as well. Big 3K coming through on the Ash.
Yeah, Xavi is absolutely owning right now on this Ash hero. Baddie plays coming from Xavi. Come through, sir. I know you've been wanting me to say your name for a while. You got it, buddy.
Bit of a reset here for D9 as they're looking to go back on their third assault. $1:45 left on the clock. And they do finally have some ultimates to work with here. They're coming in on this next attack. We're We're going to get the Ant Matrix coming out from the defense off the high platform. Windscar coming down, but not able to find the members. Now it is going to be the Reinhardt just jumping down and throwing himself into the fray. Trying to charge, but just runs into a wall coming out of the side of D9. Blizzard comes out from KIA, finds one. Xavier coming up with a big pick on that. But Golden Buns answering right back. Takes NEXE out of the mix, and then coming through with another kill onto Golden Buns. But they have traded out 4v4, left with the objective. A second bomb coming out from Xavier. Dying Wish coming through from that Ash. Blizzard from the offense is going to pick off the Reinhardt there in the back. Purple Panther coming up with a kill onto Syla. But Nataku goes down. It looks like the defense might just hold, though. The reinforcements coming through, able to support Ataku. They don't save his life, but they get all the people that were in there attacking him. Now, there is a small window of opportunity for D9 to make this last assault.
Absolutely, and they do have the Deadeye, and they also have a Shatter online. Almost another bomb for Radical Metal. I think that's the remake, though, coming through for Radical Metal. Yeah, there's the remake.
And they're going to get right back into this thing, waste no time, as they have none to waste, just 33 seconds on the clock. They do have an Earthshatter on the line, as well as that Deadeye. They're looking to come in here and push, finally get something going here on point A. Again, they are match point. They've got to make something happen here in this attack. Open up with a nice kill onto Xavier, but the res does come through here for KIA. Back at a 6-man roster. D.Va going up to the high ground and try to deal with that Ash now. And here comes the Earthshatter on the ground. Ataku leveling the front line of D9 as they're just desperately trying to make something happen here on this objective. But as the time whittles down, I don't see anything but blue jerseys left. The baby D.Va gets squashed. And 40% is all D9 is going to be able to pick up.
What a stunning defense from KIA there. Xavier on the Ash, absolute MVP of that round. Dynamites were hitting. The Bobs, when Bob was launched, was just cleaning clocks. Man, I would have swapped to dive. Honestly, I would have swapped to dive at that point. Aggress the point for D9. Maybe something good could have come out of that, because right now they're just sitting behind shields. They're D.Va right now. Purple Panther is just mitigating so much damage with the Matrix. D.Va ate my damage. Not to allude to your podcast, but D.Va ate my damage there. And yeah, I mean, there was just way too much offensive defense from KIA there. They are looking super strong here. Man, I'm very impressed so far.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Looking like they're absolutely going to be a force to be reckoned with here as we go through this 7th iteration of the multi-tier tournament. And now win conditions set as they head over to the offense.
I'm loving what I'm seeing coming from KIA here. You've got a metal dive going on.
3, 2, 1.
And you know how much we love our dive here on this channel. So fun to watch. Getting that Winston, getting the Hammond, coming through on the offense. Going up against the Reinhardt D.Va defense that we are seeing here from D9. Syla on that Ash. Up on the high ground here, trying to put some damage down from above. We'll see how this dive offense chooses to approach. Looks like the ball going up to the top platform. Here comes the Winston right behind. Dragon jumping in, and the attack is on. Xavier comes with a big pick. Shooting in from the outside. Finds the kill onto Syla in the back, and they no longer have to worry about that Overwatch position. No puns intended there. Pressure coming down onto Dragon. He's looking to make something happen here on the front line. Xavier coming up with another big pick. That's 2 in this engagement. And now the D.Va from D9 forced to go try to deal with that Widowmaker. Meanwhile, Ataku on the Winston with a Mercy pocket and a little help from his Hammond friend. They're all moving in onto this back line. Oh, but the healing not enough to keep the Winston alive as he gets taken out by Rambo, and the Baptiste coming through on the side of the defense. Xavier finding himself another kill, his 3rd yet in this engagement. And there's already plenty of percentage on the board, 36%. They just need 40 here for the offense. Xavier coming up with another big pick. Xavier pushing KIA across the board there and to a 3-0 lead here in our matchup.
That was a filthy dive, ladies and gentlemen. That is what a metal dive looks like. Jewel Ataku here on the Reinhardt on the defense, just shredding with hammer. This is the early hammer that we talked about, just cleaving heads. Got slept in the middle of it, but still gets up and does his job. My goodness, this is a very scary looking team ladies and gentlemen. KIA up 3-0. Winners of the match so far. We're going into map 4, which will be here in just a few moments.
We are here with the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament brought to you by CGL. Your friendly neighborhood casters, Bull Skunk and Billy, here in the booth, bringing you all the action here for this Tier 3 matchup between KIA and D9 Contenders. KIA in the lead. Billy, can D9 come back and take this 4th map off of them?
Absolutely. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible here in the CGL, as we all know, especially Tier 3. Anything can happen. The mechanical skill is there for both teams. It's just a matter of putting all the pieces together. Dominant performance right now from KIA. I have to put it out there. It's a very lopsided result, especially there on Anubis. That is probably one of the more dominant performances that we have seen so far in this early season.
Yeah, KIA looking very disciplined, very efficient.
I think that maybe there's a fundamental shift of what they do too, and maybe they're not so much comfortable with what coaches are asking of them. I would listen to Daniel and Neon Blue Rain all day long because they are absolutely fantastic players in their own rights, and seeing their coaching styles, maybe it's a work in progress. That's the other thing that we have to consider, is maybe it is a work in progress with them coaching and learning a new system of how they do things.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely time. It's early in the season, and we are just here on the very first game. They certainly have time to turn it around, and a less than stellar performance today does not in any way count them out, or does not mean that they're going to lose everything from here on in. But I would definitely like to see a little bit more discipline out of D9 here as we head into map 4. They are going on the defense here, with Rambo going over to the heels. And it looks like Siggy is going to switch over to DPS, as we're going to get a little bit of a double sniper composition coming out of the defense.
Well, there's that damage boosted Ash that I actually asked for. So, hey, they're listening to me.
Pressure coming down on the Golden Buns, as KIA has been doing all day, just trying to keep that Reinhardt off his game and trying to keep him unsettled. As they're continuing to go shield to shield right here on the front line. DeSalo coming up with a nice pick on that Sombra on the high ground, as we got another swap as well on the opposite side in similar vein. Dragon going over to the support role with DeSalo coming out on that DPS, and the Sombra showing up big here early in the fight.
Yeah, and Xavi is there on the Widowmaker, and I mean, I know my people in this league, and yeah, big plays coming out. Solo Shatter coming out onto DeSalo on the Sombra, takes him out. Julataka getting the nano boost there, missed pin there from Golden Buns, and Jewel just cleans his clock and says, "You're going back to spawn, my friend."
I mean, that just turned into pure chaos here on Junkertown. We're left with literally the 2 tanks on the objective, Lucio coming back to join them. But with the dust settling, it's going to be a point on the board for KIA, 5 minutes on the clock.
Absolutely, and Xavier right now is showing his class on his sniper there. Winning the battles, winning the 1v1s, going from long range, just clicking heads right now. It is absolutely sick. Also, bit of a fun thing to see Mr. Dragon going over to the support role. Yeah,
showing their flexibility, their versatility here. Dragon going over to that Ana. Of course, pretty akin to a hit scan hero. Diva Bomb coming out on the side of the defense. We're going to get a sound barrier in response coming from KIA as they're looking to put the pressure back onto the front line. Good ante on the Golden Buns. And now KIA trying to see if they can find that final blow. But Siggy picking off the Ana out of the back. And Sila coming up with a good kill, winning the duel against the Widowmaker. And this DPS duo for D9 showing up here in map 4. And they're going to stifle this assault coming out of KIA.
Absolutely, and that's great play coming from the DPS duo for D9 and getting their feet set finally. It was pretty much one-way traffic there for a little bit, but still 4 minutes on the clock for KIA. Moving into it, you've got a EMP, you've got a Grav. I mean, the parts are there.
Yeah, Shatter coming out early to start things off. They get 2 kills on the back of that. Pressure coming down onto the other Reinhardt. Golden Buns goes down. Radical Metal throwing himself onto the fire, and he just burns right back into spawn you go. KIA now back in control, and this should be 2 points on the board for them here in Junkertown.
Absolutely. Clean as you like. There you go. Bang a gong. It is over here on point be, for the most part, barring a last-minute contest, which there is not one. 4 minutes 45 seconds to start the aggress here on point C of Junkertown. Lots of time in the bank. Let's see what happens.
Aggressive stance coming out of the defense here. D9 going to go ahead and throw a nano boost onto their Reinhardt. He tries to throw an Earth Shatter down, but did not find anything. Seemed to just fall directly in between all of the members of KIA, who turn around and promptly pounce on that mistake. Reinhardt back into spawn. KIA, that focus fire coming through in spades here for him on point C, as they're just jumping down from the spinner, picking up those exit kills, maintaining control.
Indeed, and you know, Dragon answered the nano of Rambo with a nano of his own onto his Reinhardt, and Jewel Otaku just cleaned Golden Bun's clock there. It was pretty nasty.
Visello waiting up above with this EMP. Okay, just kind of looking around, waiting for the rest of his teammate to get positioned. Meanwhile, on the front line, D9 getting aggressive, putting the hurt down onto him, and the tanks of KIA drop. I don't think that they were prepared for that. Caught a bit off guard. D9 reclaiming space here and said, this is my spinner, and I want it back.
Well, Syla took out 4 all by himself. So, you know, Widowmaker licking some heads here, making a little room for D9 to breathe. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the time bank to get this payload where it needs to go. You still have the EMP ready to go as well.
Yeah, DeSalo kept that one in his back pocket, just waiting for the right opportunity. And here it comes, and that's going to find 4 members, but the Moth manages to escape. Shadow with that ultimate, trying to keep his team alive through this, but a big anti going on to Radical Metal onto that D.Va. D.Va's going to promptly throw a bomb into the mix, seeing as she can't get any more healing, and the bomb finds the Ana. What a counterpunch back. But nevertheless, not being dissuaded. Xavi finding 2 kills before getting picked off by Syla on the other side. We'll see if that damage was enough, as the ground fully being occupied by KIA here. Graviton Surge going up onto the high ground as they're slowly inching this payload forward. But the front line getting caught out. Siggy coming back. Radical Metal on the Hammond. They're able to plant their feet here and take this thing back here in the twilight moments.
I think Spotted Lake needs to swap over to D.Va to contest Syla on the Widowmaker, because right now it's basically the Salo trying to disrupt Syla on the Widowmaker and losing the battle right now.
Yeah, and they're relieving it fully in Xavi's hands, who is losing the duel, just as you saw there, when an excellent flicking headshot coming out of Syla. Follows it up with another one onto the Ana, looking for the Lucio. Can he get it? Oh! Just cannot quite find the shot onto the Lucio, but nevertheless, the first 2 picks are enough. The ground troops able to chase out the remaining members of KIA, and the defense holding strong here on the back of Junkertown.
I think that Widow has run her course here for KIA. I think swapping over to another hero might be what is required. The damage right now is not coming through for KIA right now.
And Syla feeling himself in these Widowmaker duels. Xavi not quite getting it done there in the 1v1. Now it is just going to be a little bit. Oh! Coming back with a little revenge. Xavi says, you listen here, Bullskunk. I can win this duel. And win the duel he does. Earthshatter now coming out from that front line. Nano boost onto the Reinhardt, and he goes swinging in. Golden Bunch drops to the overwhelming pressure coming through from KIA as that tank line finally bolstered, moving in and finding some kills. Looking to put the attention on to the Hammond now. Hammond goes down, but they did lose to Salo on that Sombra, who was only 1% away from having that EMP online and ready to go. But now, KIA here in the back of point C. 45 seconds on the clock. Golden Bunch trying to come in and stall. Tries to throw an Earthshatter down, gets interrupted out of it. No luck there. No donut for you. And now it is just clean up 1 by 1. The stagger coming through from D9 1 by 1. KIA sending them back to spawn.
Yeah, big anti there at the very end for Dragon, catching out 3 of them. That was a big move there coming from KIA. 38 seconds left in the time bank. 36 seconds, I am sorry. So they've got 3 points on the board here going into the defense phase. Bullskunk, I'm really interested to see what D9 is going to counter with coming out on the attack phase here, because right now, once again, KIA is pretty much having their way with what they want to do. The Widow of 1v1s was absolutely fantastic. I have to give the edge to Sila there. Sila was clicking heads left and right. There was no stopping Sila. I think there was a damage. I think the damage boost coming from Mug Shadow was also helping in that, because I don't know if it was necessarily all headshots. I saw quite a few headshots coming from the French woman ballet Madame. But yeah, Sila wins the 1v1 over Xavi there. But Xavi, kills that he had coming through were of the most importance. And I question keeping the Widow that long, but when the results are there, you just have to say, yeah, GG's, move next.
Okay, going back on the defense now, hoping that's going to be enough to get them the clean 4-0 sweep here in our Tier 3 matchup. Xavi's sticking with the Widowmaker here to open things up on point A. We will get the front line with the Reinhardt Zarya, as we have seen a lot tonight. Going back to that Zarya, though. We're not getting the D.Va here for the defense coming out. So I think that might be a good move, but hey, it's worked for him so far, so we'll spot it sticking with our Russian hero. And we'll see how it serves him. Meanwhile, dive coming out from D9.
Absolutely. I love this call. I love the ability, the mobility of the dive comp is going to give KIA something to ponder, because they haven't seen it yet. They haven't seen the dive come out from D9 tonight, so big moves coming up. But Cesalo right now getting a click onto Ziggy on the Tracer. That's a big move coming from the Southern Belle onto the British man.
And it's so important as that Tracer to make sure you are not going in ahead of your tanks. Otherwise, you just get focused by the entirety of the opposition, and that's exactly what happened just there. Ziggy getting caught out, and without that Tracer, he's going to stall this thing out a bit. So, I mean, they need to get a little more disciplined, but I love the composition.
I love the composition. I love the call, because, I mean, what have you got to lose here? You're down 3-0. You're playing for honor right now, and, Grav is going to be huge when it comes out, because I don't know what they're going to have to counter a Grav unless it gets eaten. That's the one thing, is that, coming out on this D.Va, you have the ability to eat some ults.
Well, the good news is that the dive composition should be scattered enough where you're not going to get a big death ball group all grabbed up. Oh, but Xavi clicking the heads once again, finds both DPS heroes and 1v2s. The entire DPS line coming out D9. Oh, with the grapple headshot on the Mug Shadow. Xavi, stop clicking heads, man. I can't finish talking about one kill before you're coming up with more. My goodness. Dive, I think, needs to focus their attention onto this sniper if they're going to stand a chance.
Yo, man, Xavi, come forth. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Please don't kill me with your Widow rifle, please. Do not put me in your sights.
Speaking of, Infra sights were used here on the side of the defense. Now they're falling back. Looks like D9's going to opt to stage up on the high ground, and there's the Graviton Surge right up there to greet him, but Transcendence comes out. Mug Shadow there to keep his team alive, and now they're getting aggressive here on the side of the offense. Put that tension onto Dragon. The Zenyatta goes down, not able to withstand the assault from the dive, and then here comes Rambo. Dragon Blade out, but he gets stunned, slept, and charged. All dressed up and nowhere to go here for Rambo. He does find one kill, but man, the punishment coming through. Nevertheless, it does look like the offense have made some strides. Goldbuddy's going to go ahead and drop that Primal Rage into the mix just to knock Spotted off the edge of the side there. Throw him into the drink. At the end of the day, it looks like we might actually get a point on the board here for D9.
I hope so, but I mean, you do have the Transcendence available to contest with. That will keep his team up and make it unavailable for him to die. So this is good work coming out. There is the Transcendence, as I predicted, coming out from Dragon.
And then Xavi on this flank angle to the side is going to go ahead and pick up one, pick up two. Oh, he's not done. Can he find the third? Looking for Siggy on that Tracer. Oh, the shot's not quite landing where they're needing to, and it's a shame because Siggy picked up two as he was sitting in the scopes of that Widowmaker. But meanwhile, KIA is going to go ahead and throw their Earthshatter into the mix, and the tank line emerging victorious here with just mere meters. That make that 0.09 meter left to go there on point A.
That was an awesome recontest coming from Dragon, popping that Transcendence out, swapping over to Lucio now to get a little speed back in there. They do almost have a Graviton Surge online for the defense, so that could stall any kind of attack coming out from them if they do not get on the point. They've got 8 seconds left. Here we go.
One last chance for D9 to make something happen here in tonight's matchup. Graviton Surge coming out from the defense did not seem to find much. The Tracer does go down. And Golden Bunch drops as well. Only 4 men left standing here for the offense as they're trying to push on and push this thing the last few meters it needs to get to that final resting spot here on point A. But they just have a Lucio and a Genji down there. They do not last long. Here comes a Hammond in a desperate attempt, but KIA standing tall, and they are going to hold on here, take Junkertown in the clean 4-0 sweep.
I mean, absolute aggression coming from both sides there. I love to see I love the change of tactics there coming out from D9. I think that was a much better showing than it looked like, but just too much aggression, too much coordinated defense from KIA, and then Xavi clicking heads there on the defense. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Big time plays, guys. Big time plays. They are scary. They are absolutely scary. Looking here at the Tier 3 division of the multi-tier tournament here for CGL in Season 7, this is an absolute juggernaut of a team. Jewel Otaku, come forth, young man. I have to give you massive props because we did not see your main tank during the showcase in the preseason, but man, oh man, did you come forth in spades tonight. Absolutely great play from KIA. Nothing to hang your heads about, D9. You guys played well. You guys just ran into a brick wall.
That's going to do it for us here. Again, KIA, the clean 4-0 sweep over D9 here in this Tier 3 matchup. I think we're going to go ahead and send you over to the CGL 1 channel. They have a Tier 6 matchup going on between Sinners and AB Tamarins. Looks like the Tamarins are up 2-1 right now. So once we get done here, I think we're going to send you on over there, pick up with that match, and see what's going on over on the Tier 6, in the Tier 6 scene. But we appreciate you watching us here. Thank you so much, Billy. Appreciate you being here. A pleasure, as always, casting with you.
Absolutely. Love you guys. We do this for you guys, and we are happy to bring these matches to you. So love you guys. Love the sport. Love you, Chatland. And we will see you next time.
Yeah, much thanks out there. I had a bunch of follows coming through. Really appreciate all your support. Really appreciate you being here, hanging out with us. We had a raid come through from Mike the Quad. Really appreciate that. That's huge. Thank you so much, my friend. And yep, y'all just remember, wash your hands. Let's flatline this thing. Let's get rid of this darn virus, and we can all get back to living our lives. And, you know, as always, look out for each other, in-game and out. And we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Bye, guys.